5, 4, 3, 2.
Oh, good morning, Misfits. I was having a last minute Mission Impossible style plug in your microphone before the show starts moment there. Hold on. Literally caught it right at the last minute. Looks like we are good. We are on. And I definitely hit some buttons. I definitely hit some shit. So let me just double check something real quick. Always with the technical difficulties, and we're going to get to that in a second. Nope, we're good. Oh yeah, that sounds real good. Sounds crisp. I think I finally have the perfect levels for the audio. So I'm gonna like this is a good idea. I'm gonna mark this mixing like soundboard thing, and I'm just gonna let it be like, okay, that's there, there, and just set it like that. Like I'll super glue those fucking buttons. All right, like this is too much technology. Speaking of too much fucking technology, you know what this is? You know what this is? This is fucking useless. That's what that is. Just hit the fucking ceiling with it. Um so all right guys. The technical issues saga continues. Um if you guys have been watching the show, we're having a glitching problem because I have a 4-year-old computer. Apparently, that's just too old. Fucking Apple, gotta love it, right? And yes, I know you're about to say something. Shut the fuck up, all right? Shut up with your stupid gay Apple hating bullshit, all right? I like Apple. Sue me. Um, So, if you've been following along, right, the glitching issue with the show is because my fucking computer has, which was like 2,000 fucking dollars just a few years ago, um, has only eight gigabytes of RAM, and I don't know what this shit that is, right? When I got the fucking computer, it was for work. It wasn't for a podcast. It was for work. So I told the nerd at Best Buy, I said, "Hey, it's mostly going to be for emails and writing estimates and blah blah blah." So he probably sold me what he thought I needed. But now because we do a show, it's got more fucking like bells and whistles and needs more computer, I guess. Oh, motherfucker, we also have. Yeah, there we go. We were also unplugged on the Ethernet cable, so I think we should be good now. It's blinking. Too much technology, all of it. This is anxiety every morning. But yeah. So apparently I need something with at least 16 gigs. So I went out and I purchased this Mac. It's only $500, $600 or something like that. By the way, right after I purchased it, I found the same one for $100 less on Amazon. Um, but I have a Best Buy card. It's a long story. It's fine. Okay. So I asked the dickhead at the fucking Best Buy, can I just buy this and use my current computer as a screen? He says yes. I say, great. That's a cheap solution, and I'm on the payment plan. I get zero interest as long as I pay it off in 18 months. We're all happy. Everybody's happy. Okay? It is what it is. Get home and realize I cannot do that because Apple fucking doesn't make anything fucking easy. Why would they do that? And I could that thing that I just chucked halfway across the room is supposed to be a way to make that computer turn this computer into a monitor, and it does. What it doesn't do is allow me to use the fucking camera on the monitor. So I was dicking around last night like a fucking idiot, right? And I had to get my TV. I had to get my fucking 50-inch TV to turn that computer into a monitor while this computer monitor was on, and it was a nightmare. After about a half hour of fuckery, I just go, you know what? Fuck it. Yeah. I just spent $1,000 and I bought a new monitor and a new camera because now I already have this and it's like I don't know. So, today we have a new webcam coming. I'm going to take this shitty computer that I never want to see again to Best Buy and I'm going to trade it in to upgrade this to one with more storage. Apparently, it has enough memory, and then all will be right in the world. So, Monday or Tuesday, actually, sorry, Tuesday, the show's getting some upgrades. And I'm all tangled up too. Why does everything I hate. I shouldn't be here today. I shouldn't be here. I'm gonna go postal today. Fucking not really. Calm down, internet. Okay. TGIF no. No. TGIF no. TGIF would be if I was in bed. That would be good. I love my mini Mac. I think you're going to enjoy it. Well, that's good news. Finally, somebody who isn't just shitting on Apple, just throwing it on him, just throwing money at all your problems. It's like you're a Democrat. Yeah, I got on the payment plan. Actually, you know what's cool? Let me see. I can probably pull it up. Do, 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 do. Give me one sec, guys. Well, I should have probably done this anyway. Oh God, why? Why? No, cancel. Let's get rid of this. Delete. Yes. Gonna pop this in add existing. That'll do it, I think. Okay, properties. Here we go. Well, I still gotta fuck with it, but that's better than whatever the fuck the last one was. Yeah, let's go. Let's show you. Let's look it. I've been thinking about what to call the Friday show. I was like, okay, fuck it Friday, Friday, and then this morning it hit me. I just had an epiphany. Fake and gay Friday. I might not keep that name. It's a working title, but it's fucking hilarious, especially with what we're about to talk about. Um, I don't think we're gonna do news on Fridays too, because I'm probably just calling it an early show. We're adding two shows. We're at 26 hours, guys. We're at 26 hours. We did that's what, November 15th. And I think we already had a few hours on the 15th. I'm not sure if we started directly on the 15th, but like I said, so that's 3 weeks. That's 21, 22, 23 days, 26 hours. We are definitely going to be hitting the creator program minimum requirement. Fuck. As you can tell, I'm fucking tired. I went and saw Nuremberg last night, and that is a fucking amazing movie. Like I haven't seen a good movie in a very long time, and it wasn't promoted really that much. I didn't really hear about it until just a couple days ago. But it's about the Nuremberg trials. Russell Crowe and Remy Malek. If you guys want to go to the movies and see an actual good movie, definitely check that out. Okay, Amazon. Okay, we're gonna show you guys what we got. 5K monitor for Mac. There it is. Which one did I buy? I bought. No, 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 no. Ooh, I could have bought this one. I don't need it. I don't need 49-inch. That's what she said. Huh. I thought it would pop up. It's a curved 40-inch. I'll know it when I see it. There it is. No. Is that it? That might be it. No, that's not it. Similar. This one. No, just that's one I just looked at. I probably did it way too impulsively, by the way. And if I could have, if I just looked, I might cancel it and get a different one. What the fuck did I do? Hold on. Let me go look at this shit. It is a CRUA. Well, let's just type that in. Crua. Here we go. Found it. This one. Oh, yeah, I got it because it was the overall pick. I'm a sucker for that. Okay. So this is going to be the new monitor that we get. I don't care if you guys don't want to hear this, by the way. It's my show. Go fuck yourself. Um, this is why this was the big selling point for me is this right here. You got the PNP and the PBP, which means I can hook up my laptop to the monitor. I can have certain things that I want prep for the show on that, and then I can use the left side of the monitor as the studio. Once we upgrade the Mac Mini to some more storage, and once we get everything settled, and then the camera I'm getting is shit. What was it? 4K camera, 4K streaming camera. This one I think was one of the top ones, so that should pop up soon. This one, Tiny 2 Lite. So we got the camera, we got the monitor, we got the computer. This fucking thing that you're watching me on right now is going to Best Buy for the trade-in program. I don't care. I could sell it privately and I could get more money, but I don't care. It's just money. Anyway, that's gonna be the new setup. So we're gonna get the new setup going for next week, and we'll finally put this whole glitchy bullshit to bed. Now, let's get to the show. Well, wrong one. I need coffee. But yeah, Nuremberg. I almost fell asleep in that movie, but it was really good. Go look up the trailer for it. It was really, really well done. Russell Crowe plays the Hitler's second in command, and it's kind of a true. I mean, it's a movie, so anytime you say it's a true story, is it really a true story? No. You know. Oh, I'm definitely. Oh no. Not really a true story. Like yes, it's based off of real people and it really happened and there are historical and factual parts of the movie. But you can tell just by the actual characters that there's no way that it's like 100% true. Um, it's definitely, it's a movie. So I can't stand when people are like, that movie wasn't accurate. That show wasn't accurate. Yeah, no shit. It's not a documentary, but it was. I'm being very bold in saying this, but it was probably one of Russell Crowe's best performances since Gladiator. It was that good. All right, so I named the show. I named the show uh, "Fake and Gay Friday." I don't know if I'm gonna keep it. We can do Freedom Friday. We can change it to something else, but it was an impulsive thing. But Fake and Gay Friday, I was thinking would be a good show for today because I want to highlight um, is something that's just super fake and gay, which is Megyn Kelly's rebranding. Megyn Kelly is trying to be a publicist for Tucker while Tucker is trying to be a publicist for Nick Fuentes, who is fake and gay, right? Like it's let me see here. Let's go to let's go to my page real quick because I think I posted it. If I didn't post it, I definitely saved the screenshot. It was when Elon Musk made a post and Nick Fuentes ratioed him in like 2 minutes. Yeah, there's Matt Walsh is not fake and gay. We like Matt Walsh. We just want him to stop being retarded. Like this. This is fake and gay. This is so fake and gay. Have you guys seen this yet? All right. Prepare your ears for some foul language.
On my calendar in my apartment at the time, I had nothing on it besides say nigger more. This is like a few years ago. And it was because it's at a time when like conservatives are blacklisting you for saying nigger. It's like blah, blah, blah. We hate the left, but we're going to play by the left's rule book. Like we're going to let the left tell us what we can't.
Oh my God. All right, look. This chick is essentially an OnlyFans model with her clothes on, right? It's like, would you do and say depraved shit that you don't believe in on camera for money? Right? If the answer is yes, you're an OnlyFans girl. Right? Myron Gaines, you're an OnlyFans girl. This bitch, OnlyFans girl. Nick Fuentes, OnlyFans girl. Candace Owens, OnlyFans girl. Tucker Carlson, OnlyFans girl. Harry Sisson, let's tackle the left too. OnlyFans girl. You're all OnlyFans girls. You just aren't showing your nipples. That's you are the same thing. You're a whore. You're a prostitute. You are selling sensational. You're selling something that is just depravity for money while being in front of a camera. You're an OnlyFans girl, right? You're fake and gay. This chick is trying to use the same argument that Myron Gaines tried to use in the Steven Crowder interview from a few days ago. All right, he's like, "Oh, you know, I'm actually when I say we like Hitler, when I say Hitler was the most understood person, blah 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 blah, it's because we live in a world of censorship, and you gotta talk about the thing that they censored you for. Why aren't you talking about COVID, retard? Why aren't you talking about COVID? Why aren't you talking about the thing that they actually censored you for? Because this whole Hitler shit is brand new. Nobody got censored for Hitler back in 2020 because nobody was talking about him. You guys are grifting sensationalists who are using depravity because you know that it sells, right? You know that people are going to get mad at you for saying something, and you know they're going to click on you. Look, I have perfected, okay? I have perfected the fake and gay internet grifter judo. Okay, if that doesn't make sense, judo is a martial art where you use your opponent's weight against them. Okay, I did not want to be. I am not. I did not want to be a sensationalist, a call out creator, a clapback creator. What happened was I was just trying to be funny. The internet came and tried to cancel me. And then I figured out how to judo my haters, where when they start harassing me, doxing me, this, that, and the other, I turn it into content. Make sense? So I never intentionally wanted to be a sensationalist that was pissing people off so that I could get engagement. But when I pissed people off that pissed people off, and the people that I pissed off that pissed people off came after me because they were pissed off, I was like, fucking hip toss, right? It's like they the fucking gay dating app thing. They're like, you're on a gay dating app. Not. Right? Not. They took a Facebook photo, put it on a gay dating app. I made it my profile picture. I was like, fuck you. Right? Dana Lash does this really well, monetize your haters, right? But there's a difference between that and whatever the fuck this is, right? Because this bitch is literally just saying slurs to this guy who dresses like the Joker and says slurs because they are intentionally trying to piss off decent people who would rightfully be mad about some of the things they're saying, because they're sick. There's something wrong in your fucking head. Like, do you see me saying, like, oh, you shouldn't say bad words? No, cunt, retard. I do it all the time, right? I do it all the time. It's not about whether or not you can and should say whatever's genuinely on your mind. I genuinely talk like this, by the way, right? Like I really do. I have a work voice, but you know, like if I'm at the bar talking to my buddies, it's cunt and retard. These people, if you met them in real life, they wouldn't be like that, right? And you know how else I know? Put this bitch in front of a crowd of black people. Put that little fucking nerd on the right in front of a crowd of black people. They won't say it. They're only saying it because they're safe behind their camera. It's fake and gay. Fake and gay Friday. All right? So, I forgot where that wasn't even the intention of this. That was what was I looking for? Guys, help me out. I'm having an ADD moment. I was looking for something. I was looking for oh, the ratio. Thank you. Thank you, me, for remembering what I was looking for. Let's go to EL's page. I think that EL had it up recently. So they wouldn't say that in the streets, that's for sure. Correct. So it's fake and gay. If you're not going to say it in front of in the streets, it's fake and gay. If you're not the same person you are when you're behind a camera, you're fake and gay. Right? It's like Ian Carroll, another one. I've heard from so many people he's the nicest guy in real life. Right? Not on the internet. Fake and gay. Alex Jones putting on a Hitler mustache, fake and gay. Nick Fuentes saying all the sensational shit, fake and gay. YouTube's definitely gonna ban my channel today. I don't give a fuck because I'm not fake and gay. All right, there was, damn, Ela, you post a lot. I do too. We're gonna talk about this. This is gonna be the crux of it. But there was. There was a comment that sort of just it proves pretty much beyond a reasonable doubt that Nick is using fake engagement. We've been saying this. It's literally common sense. It's like it's kind of hard to deny it, but it's very hard to deny what I'm about to show you because Nick Fuentes got like 2,000 likes in 4 minutes. It just didn't make sense. We did already touch base on this on either yesterday's show or the show before. All right, EL, you got a problem, bro. I don't think I post this much. This is a lot of posting. This is I'm still within 24 hours, bro. You got to take it easy. You got to I don't know what you do for work, but you got to less. Less. Definitely less. I went to your page thinking it was going to be like the 5th fucking tweet. Here we go, finally. All right. Yeah, that's too much posting, bro. You have what, 53,500 posts. I'm going to go and see how many I have because that's not okay. All right. So Elon Musk Elon Musk replied to a post which was something negative about the Groypers. Nick Fuentes, last year you spent shilling for H-1Bs and telling everyone who disagreed with you to fuck themselves in the face. Now that the GOP is getting crushed, you're blaming a live streamer. Put America first or keep losing. We don't give a fuck. 2,000 likes, 6,400 views, 4 minutes. It's not possible. Okay. Anyone who's going to try to gaslight you and be like, no, it's because Nick has so many followers. He's so popular. They are trying so hard to convince you this guy's mainstream. It's like they're forcing it down your fucking throat, right? It's like they're trying desperately to convince you that people actually know who he is. And some people do, but nobody outside of the internet bubble knows who the fuck Nick Fuentes is. I want somebody to do a man on the street. And I'm not going to do it, by the way, before you ask. I don't do that. I think it's wildly uncomfortable. But some people do. You know who would be really good for this? Would be Alex. Alex Stringer would be really good for this. I'm gonna tell him. I'm gonna text him right now because I'll forget. You need to do. We're texting Alex. A man on the street where you ask a bunch of people if they know who Nick Fuentes is. Okay, Alex will take care of it. Because I think that what would happen is a lot of people would say no, right? Some people would say, yeah, heard of him, don't like him. And then maybe one or two people would be like, and you'd have to ask like 50 people, right? As like a sample size. And I know that Alex lives up in Austin, or he works up in Austin, but he doesn't live in Austin. He lives in more of like a red area. So it would be a good place to do it. Go to like a reddish area and just be like, you know who Nick Fuentes is? And most people will be like, who? Right? Who? And then be like, I bet you maybe one person would be like, yeah, I like him. I like him. I agree with his ideas. They want you to believe that there's like so many groypers out there. They just want you to believe that everybody believes this. They're really trying to convince you that the dynamic of the conservative movement has changed to the Hitler Youth. And because it's a demoralization tactic, right? If you really did believe that, it's the same reason why they inflate poll numbers against Donald Trump. It's a demoralization tactic. They think that if you believe it is already over, then you'll stop fighting. That's exactly why they do it. And the reason why they use this fake engagement is because they're trying to inflate their numbers so that they can get into the mainstream inorganically, right? Like Steven Crowder built his following organically. Okay. Like Steven Crowder started with Change My Mind. He was doing that college shit before Charlie Kirk, before everybody. He was on YouTube. He put in the work. He created a business. He created something original, right? Where it's actual news, where you're actually getting real information and it's entertaining. Myron Gaines, Myron Gaines was just on his show because Myron Gaines has a lot of followers, right? And Myron Gaines got those followers through fake engagement. Myron Gaines even says in the Steven Crowder show interview, he's like, "Oh yeah, I got demonetized from X because I was talking about H1Bs." Nobody got demonetized from X because they were talking about H1Bs. That is a lie. That is exactly what Nick was just saying. Like, oh, we were talking about H1Bs and you demonetized. No, they were caught using fake engagement. A whole group of groypers and Myron, Jake Shields. This was like I don't know, a year ago, maybe less. I think it was like a year ago. It was like a year ago. And it was a bunch of accounts because what they do is they use bots. They use fake engagement. It's a grift. When they get enough fake followers, when they get enough fake engagement, somebody who really organically built a following, who doesn't watch their content 24/7, who doesn't really know what the fuck they're all about, right? They go, how many followers does he have? Oh, he has 800,000 followers. How many views is he getting? Oh, he's got all these views. Let's have him on the show. And then what they do is they took their fake and gay bullshit and they lied their way into the mainstream. So when you see Myron Gaines on Steven Crowder, he's not saying the same shit that he says all the time. He toned it way down. By the way, he still sounded retarded. It's not, you can't, that's the problem. The problem is if you fake it to get into the mainstream and you never were genuine, it's not going to matter, right? You're going to expose yourself when you get to the big boys table where they don't need to use cheap, low IQ, sensationalist content. Right? So when you say, yeah, Hitler was a real nigga, your excuse, like Isabella Moody's excuse, like, oh, you know what? It's actually because we're saying this because free speech. No, you're not. No, you're not, you fucking idiot. You think people are dumb? Do you think that you can say the hard R and Hitler was right and gas the Jews and blah 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 and all this stuff over and over and over and over and over and over again? And then when you get mainstream, you're like, I was just saying that for free speech. Do you think that people are going to be like, oh, that makes perfect sense. You're totally forgiven? It's just like what Kanye's doing with the apologizing to the Jews. It's fake and gay. Don't forgive him. Don't give him the benefit of doubt. Don't say, oh, he's got a mental issue. No, fuck Kanye. If these people think about it this way, you know what? This is a good way to think about it. Place Kanye, Nick Fuentes, Isabella Moody, all these other people who are just faking it in Germany in the 1920s, and tell me if you think they would have put on an SS uniform or not. I understand that they're black and they'd be killed too, but hypothetically, let's say the Nazis didn't care about race. Do you think these people would have actually joined the Nazis? Like, because they're just being fake. So they don't actually believe it. They don't actually hate the Jews. They don't hate them. So do you think that they would say, oh, actually, no, I'm not really with you guys. I was just kidding. That was about free speech. Or do you think they would go, oh, well, if I'm an opportunist sellout, basically an OnlyFans model, right, where I just say that I do depravity in front of a camera for clicks and money, if I'm like that, do you think that they would join with the Nazis or not? They absolutely would, dude. They wouldn't give a shit how many Jews were being killed. Because it's not about free speech. They're saying awful shit because they're awful people, which is why it doesn't matter if they really hate Jews. They're saying they hate Jews. So it doesn't matter if internally, in their heart, they hate Jews. This is why it doesn't matter how many times Tucker Carlson will gaslight you and say, I'll do things my way and I don't have to. Right? Okay. Fine. That's perfectly fine. Right? If your actions are displaying a pattern of behavior of somebody who is a basically Nazi propagandist, you are that thing. And when you tell us it's just because you want to do your interviews your way, right? Cool. You do that. We'll still judge you, like we should. Don't give me that Bible shit about judge others lest ye be judged. There was several other passages in the Bible that say you should fucking 100% judge people and rebuke them, by the way. So open rebuke is better than hidden love. What is that? Proverbs 27, I want to say. By the way, when I talk about theology, you notice how I try to only talk about theology and Christianity when I'm clapping back or trying to make a point. I'm still not like really well versed in the Bible, if that makes sense. I'm very, very deep rooted in faith, but as far as being able to pull passages out of the Bible and shit like that, or being like intellectually educated about the Bible, no, I'm still learning just like everyone else. But let me pull up a post that I wrote yesterday, right here, which I think is true. Wherever you start Christianity in your life, that's when you're born in your faith. And I think the reason we use that language, like born again Christian, is because you need to experience Christianity for many years before you're fully developed, just like life. If you've been a Christian for a year, you're a baby. A few years, a toddler. A couple decades, a young Christian. Many people go in their whole lives without, trying to understand God's word, and still don't get it. So, if you're learning about theology, from Candace Owens or Tucker Carlson, who were both agnostics during Trump's first term, just 6-7 years ago, that's like taking driving lessons from a 7-year-old. Read Matthew 17 if you haven't figured it out. That's beware of false prophets. But let me go and find this clip of here, Tucker.
To attack people for their DNA. Like, I hate this group.
You wanted him to hear that.
We all have to hear that. And because that is the basis of Western civilization. Western civilization is derived from the New Testament. It is based on...
Okay. This is this is intellectually retarded. Okay. Whenever a Christian, and this is what I mean, Tucker is a toddler in his Christianity. Whenever a Christian tries to isolate the New Testament away from the Old Testament, they are excluding God's word. The New Testament and Old Testament are one book. I mean, technically 66 books or 72 books. You get my point. It's put into one book for a reason. They don't sell the New Testament separate from the Old Testament. They sell the Bible, which is both. That's where the term Judeo-Christian comes from. Okay? He's retarded because he does not understand this. Nick Fuentes, same thing, right? These weird Catholics. They are not real Catholics, in my opinion. These weird fucking Catholics that keep trying to isolate the New Testament away from the Old Testament because they have a problem with fucking Jews are... I mean, Tucker would call a Christian Zionist a heretic. I think it's accurate to describe this behavior as heretical, right? This is not gospel. This is not spreading the good word. This is misrepresenting God's word. Okay, let's continue.
Christian ethics, and the core difference between the West and the rest of the world, not just Israel, but every other country, is that we don't believe in collective punishment because we don't believe in blood guilt.
Yes, we do. Collective punishment is punishment against a collective. Can we all agree on that? It's the death penalty. It's sentencing sentencing either one person to death based off of the collective, right? After they've gone through a trial period, or it's sentencing a group of people to death based off of their actions, right? The Nazis were a group of people, right? We collectively punished them. Japan was a group of people. We collectively punished them. Palestine is a group of people. They are being collectively punished. But if you just say it like that, and you leave out context, why are they being punished? All three of them started a war. So, changes everything, doesn't it? If you take the Dave Smith and Tucker Carlson approach and say, I can't believe we bombed Hiroshima, 150,000 people were killed. How could we collectively punish those people? What if I told you that the majority and general consensus of all military experts say if we didn't do that, way more people were going to die? Way more. 600,000 would have probably died over the course of a couple of years. So, if it's the trolley problem, right? Go full screen for this. I'm going to draw this out. I'm a visual learner. I think a lot of people are. So, if you've never heard of the trolley problem, okay, it is when a train is coming down the tracks and you have one person on one side of the tracks, and you have, let's say, 4 people on the other side of the tracks. Now, you have a lever, and here is the junction. Okay, so we have one person here. This is the track that the train is currently on. It is going to hit this person. If you, right here with your lever, do nothing. If you pull the lever, or sorry, I did this backwards. Fucking idiot. That's such a, I fucked that up real quick. I am dyslexic, so that does make sense. Okay, let's fix that. Okay, this is the trolley problem, right? You have one person on this track. Okay, you have 4 people on this track. The train or the trolley is going down this track. If you pull this lever, you, right here, pull this lever, it will change the direction and it will kill one person. So, do you pull the lever? You are going to make a decision to murder somebody. You are going to make a decision, somebody who did nothing wrong. If you pull a lever, you are responsible for killing this person, right? If you do nothing, you didn't kill those 4 people. If you do absolutely nothing, you didn't kill those 4 people. Somebody else tied them to the tracks. Somebody else sent the train at them, right? This is just life. Life sucks. But you have the ability to save 4 lives by taking one. All you have to do is pull the lever. Do you do it? I do. All right? I will. So, dropping a fucking bomb on Hiroshima, that's pulling the lever. Dropping 9,000 tons of bombs on Hamburg, Germany in World War II, that's the trolley problem. Tucker Carlson is trying to convince you that collective punishment is a simple black and white issue where somebody makes a decision right here and kills a person right here. And he's ignoring all this. To say that Christians don't believe in collective punishment is an absolutely fucking asinine statement. Yes, the New Testament is definitely a revising the current religion of Judaism under the teachings of Jesus to be more forgiving, more tolerant, less dug into the idea of punishment. But as even in his teachings, there's things in there that you can take from that. Like Chris Lash posted this. Tucker's assertion that the core difference between the Western and Western world is that we don't believe in collective punishment. He overlooks historical and scriptural realities. Jewish law in Deuteronomy 24:16 rejects intergenerational guilt. Parents should not be put to death for children, nor children put to death for parents. Same God who forbade punishing children for parental sins, destruction of Jericho, Samson's slaying of the Philistines. Theologically, Carlson implies a divide between the Old and New Testaments, an idea bordering on heresy. This is what I'm talking about with replacement theology, supersessionalism, which is not even what Tucker's doing. Tucker's doing some fucking thing on steroids. John 1:1-3 affirms the continuity, which is why, again, Judeo-Christian, Old Testament, New Testament, we always have the Bible in one book. Even though it's many books, it's one book. Even though it's many, it's one. E pluribus unum. Out of many, one. Right? Matthew 5:17. Do not think that I have come to abolish the law of the prophets. I have not come to abolish them, but fulfill them. This is pretty much the passage in the Bible that everyone should look to anytime you're trying to make a clap back against one of these fucking morons who says that we are the new Israel. Christians are the new Israel. The Jews killed Jesus and Christians didn't, because they weren't around. It was 300 years later that fucking Christianity was invented, so it wasn't even invented by Jesus. Shocker. We're just Jews with a different name, by the way. Right, Christians? We really are. The first Christians were Messianic Jews, right? Jesus was a Jew. Jesus is a Jew. Jesus was a Torah observant, practicing Jew until his death. He came to clarify the word of the Bible. The Old Testament. He came to clarify, right? Not replace. He said, you guys are misinterpreting this. Here's how it works. And then after him, men, the apostles, wrote down what he said. New Testament is a clarification of Old. They work together in conjunction. One does not replace the other. It clarifies the other. Carlson also neglects the Old Testament. Old Testament's foundational role in Western civilization. For instance, the fucking Ten Commandments is highly inspirational in the United States Constitution and the founding of this nation. Very biblical principles were put into pretty much everything. The 9 out of the 13 original colonies, et cetera, et cetera. It took 320 years to write the New Testament. What was removed and lost? Exactly nothing. And they found different versions of the Bible on different continents during a time where you couldn't cross-continental travel very easily or at all. And almost word for word, they were the same thing. So there's so many things about the Bible that sort of verify its authenticity. All nations. Okay, so you guys got the point. You have the point. Okay? Essentially, my point is Tucker doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about.
To attack people, every other country, is that we don't believe in collective punishment. It has the possibility of redemption. And in my religion, the great human gives birth to a human being. Every person as an individual, God did not create communities. Every woman gives birth to a
what do you mean God didn't create communities? The 12 tribes of Judea. Yes, he did. What do you think the book of Numbers is? God literally says, number these people. Says, number these people and separate these people so that we can have an accurate count of the different tribes. Tucker does not know about what he is saying. That's the problem here. Tucker is a brand new Christian. Just a couple of years ago, he was on a stage, maybe it was last year, on a stage saying, I just started reading the Bible. Same thing with Russell Brand, Candace Owens. It's fucking, like, dude, if I had a fucking, as a contractor, if I had a fucking apprentice come and work for me, never did construction before, right? And after a year, he was like, I was thinking, the way that you're doing, I'm laughing just thinking about it. I was thinking the way you've been doing it, the way you've been doing the construction is actually wrong. Yeah, it's actually this way. I'd look at him and I'd go wash my buckets, you dumb cunt, and get the fuck out of my face. Right? You know why? There's a name on this shirt, right? It's not on this one. This says dead pedophiles can't reoffend. On my work shirt, it's my company name. My company name, right? I started my business in 2012, and I was way smarter than you, and I was just as experienced, right? And it took me 13 fucking years to get here. Go wash my buckets. That's Tucker. Tucker is a brand new Christian trying to explain the Bible on a massive scale, right? He has so many views, and it's like, yo, this is how you know who knows the Bible better than everybody? The devil. The motherfucker reads that every day, right? And he wants it misrepresented. He wants it misinterpreted. This is fake and gay. We got to keep throwing that in there.
Human being, and every person has the spark of God inside him. I mean, that's what we believe as Christians. And every person has the possibility of redemption. And in my religion, the
Okay, now that's true.
great human hero in Christianity, Jesus is God in human form. But the great human
The God of the Old Testament in human form. To be clear, Tucker.
hero in the New Testament is its primary author, Paul, who was Saul of Tarsus, who was the primary persecutor as a Pharisee of Christians. He was murdered.
Okay, see, do you understand what Tucker's doing? Tucker has probably read the Bible, and he's probably coming at this from a viewpoint of somebody who fancies himself an intellectual, right? To understand the Bible, excuse me, to understand the Bible, you almost have to turn off the intellectual part of your brain. Right, and you have to look at because it doesn't make sense intellectually, right? There's fucking giants and dragons and shit in there, right? People are rising from the dead. Jesus is fucking performing miracles. It's like Game of Thrones, if you really think about it. The Bible is actually a pretty cool fucking book if you look at it that way, but it's not fiction. It's been verified like so many different ways. So Tucker is trying to be like, oh, well, there was like this is like him like talking about fucking Socrates or Plato or something like that, like men, where he's like, oh, well, Saul of Paul and blah blah blah. It's like he read it like a book. Exactly. Somebody in the comments, he read it like a book. You can't read it like a book. It's not a book, right? It's the word. It's not there for you to interpret in your own way. Right? Even though many people do, myself included, try to interpret the Bible and try to see the meaning in it, right? It's not there for that. Right? This is like, okay, somebody that we should pretty much blindly trust told you something. Listen. Do. Oh, it sounds like a cult. Greatest cult on earth. Christianity.
Murdering Christians. He was Jewish, by the way, so like everyone in the New Testament, but he was on the way to go murder more Christians, that he met Jesus, and then he became the great evangelist of our faith and wrote the majority of the New Testament. So like he's my personal hero, but he's also living testament to the truth about people, which is each one of us was born as an individual.
Okay. Tucker Carlson's personal hero, and people give me a little pushback when I say this, but it's fucking true. Right? I'm not taking anything away from him. But Paul never met Jesus. That's true. Never met him. Wasn't there at the crucifixion. Wasn't there for any of the events that he's talking about. Revelations it's in the word. It's revelation. He had a vision of that guy. A vision of Jesus, right? Out of all of the people in the Bible who wrote different parts of the Bible, the person that a lot of Christians base not a lot, these types of Christians base most of their interpretation of God's word based on a guy who never met God. Moses met God. Why don't you talk about him? All right? You got Noah. You got Moses. You got all these others. Matthew, Timothy. You have all of these people. And for some reason, there's a certain group of Christians who are like, oh, Paul. It's like, was he there? Like, no, not taking anything away from him, right? I mean, we we take the word as is, right? I'm not saying that he didn't have a revelation of Jesus. I'm not saying that what he is prophesizing is not true, because there's a lot of verification, cross-referencing, backing up, but he didn't meet Jesus. Abraham is another good one. Abraham, yeah. They don't like the Old Testament for people that were directly communicating with God, not Jesus God, God, the Father. Right? All right. We're getting I really honestly this wasn't my intention to turn this whole podcast into a theological debate, but I have more recently become more rooted in my faith. I've been going to church more. I've been really trying to find out what I believe. I don't consider myself a Catholic anymore. I consider myself just a Christian. I like my new, not new, it's been a couple of years, but I love my church. I like my pastor. It's a non-denominational church. Non-denominational is not necessarily a denomination, but some people consider it a denomination. I don't even consider myself non-denominational, just consider myself a Christian. And I do the Hallow app almost every day, doing the Bible in a year. I've already, read through it, but it was years and years ago, so I'm rereading it, trying to understand it. And what I can tell you is I can tell you this with 100% certainty. 100% certainty. May God strike me down if I am lying. Tucker is either being intellectually dishonest, where he is lying about the Bible, or what I think, which is much more likely, he's fucking ignorant. Because he's fake and gay. And it's just his shtick. He learns a little bit about something and then pretends to be an expert on it. UFOs, right? I'm an expert on UFOs, right? Like, you just picked up the fucking Bible a couple of years ago, dude. Okay, we gotta try to land this plane, because I didn't realize I was gonna go on this rant. Now, let's move on to Megyn Kelly. Okay.
And there's no way you could have gotten to. Nick Fuentes has said a long list of very vile things.
Watch what she's about to do. Megyn Kelly is about to be like, I condemned Nick Fuentes, so why are you getting mad at me? Then wait for it.
Big time, including attacking my dad, which was the most vile of all, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean,
the most vile thing that Nick Fuentes did was attack my dad. I think when he called for the death of the Jews, that was worse. Calling your dad a CIA agent, less worse.
I personally have watched videos of him questioning the Holocaust, likening it to baking cookies in the oven, and there's no way you could have gotten to 6 million, seems to be his theory. He seems to think that we've way overstated the number of Jews killed in the Holocaust. He's ripped on poor Usha Vance in the most offensive terms, which I mean, so what do you say to those people? Say, why didn't you raise any of that?
Do your own interview the way that you want to do it. You're not my editor. Buzz off. I mean, I don't know. You want to go yell at Nick Fuentes? I'll give you his cell.
Okay. So that's Megyn Kelly in one clip. Where's my other one? Now I want you to see her almost defending him.
And, well, yes, platforming, they say. The main criticism, as I understand it, has been, well, yes, platforming. They say that I don't accept platforming as a valid objection.
When is that a verb, by the way? You take a noun and you make it into a verb and nobody says anything?
Oh, my God. Did you guys know that running is ridiculous because it's run? You added running? Oh, my God. Can't believe it. Fucking shut up, Tucker.
As a former editor, I say no.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay.
Honestly, but as far as I know, Nick Fuentes hasn't eaten anyone.
Okay, there it is. Did you see that? As far as I know, Nick Fuentes hasn't eaten anyone. He's not Jeffrey Dahmer. So, cue the gaslighting.
You know, I mean, Jeffrey Dahmer ate people, and he was platformed by Diane.
Ah. See the gaslighting and false equivalency, right? It's like any interview with an awful human being is okay. That's true, right? Interviewing awful human beings is perfectly okay. You can interview Jeffrey fucking Dahmer, right? Nobody had a problem with that. However, if you interviewed Jeffrey Dahmer and you said, you know, I don't really agree with the fact that you ate people, but I really do. I understand where you're coming from. There it is. Or if Jeffrey Dahmer was like, yeah, you know, I eat people because I'm a huge fan of Stalin. And then the interviewer was like, "You're a huge fan of Stalin? All right, we'll circle back to that. Let's talk about your hobbies." You remember when the fake news CNN was like asking Joe Biden what kind of ice cream he likes? And both of these fucking hypocrites on stage are like, "How dare you call yourself a journalist? Not asking tough questions about things that are clearly in our face. The fact that Joe Biden was probably fucking dealing with dementia while running the greatest country and most powerful nation in the world. That's what we're complaining about. Platforming is not the problem. It's how he did it. He's a publicist.
Answer.
We have a sitting member of Congress. I spoke to the Speaker of the House about this today. We have a sitting member of Congress from Florida called Randy Fine, who was literally texted or put on Twitter, we should kill them all. Every single one.
Okay, I agree. But I think he was referring to Hamas. And if Randy Fine was referring to Palestinians, fuck that fat cunt, all right? I am not a fan of Randy Fine. I saw the comment about the babies, right? Where he was like, thanks for the picture. Could have just been trolling, could have just been trying to be a douchebag. Here's my problem with Randy Fine. It's not words. Words never offend me. Never. They never do, right? It's not going to happen. I will call you out on your words, right? What Randy Fine has typed out is fucking wild, right? He's not, I don't think he's a decent human being by any measure. Just because we agree on Israel does not mean I will start aligning with people who I think are awful. My issue with Randy Fine is he is a elected leader who is talked openly about violating the First Amendment, anti-Semitism laws, right? Going full authoritarian because he doesn't think that people should be hating on Jews. I don't either. So he thinks you should abuse power to stop people from hating on Jews. That's why I think Randy Fine's a cunt. Not because he said some stupid shit on Twitter, which people do every fucking day. And if you are taking somebody's tweet as literalism and not using common sense to say, hey, maybe he was just venting. It's like with Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk was like, oh, Jews fit into all the classic stereotypes, or Jewish donors fit into all the classic stereotypes. Oh, Charlie Kirk hated Jews. No, that's fucking stupid. I don't think Randy Fine really thinks that you should kill babies, but he did fucking tweet some wild shit. No, my issue with Randy Fine is he seems to me like the reason he's giving ammo. Let me say this. He gives more ammo to people like Tucker Carlson. That's why I don't like him. Right? He gives them layups. And don't do that.
Someone texted a picture of literally a dead baby and he laughs at it. And it's like, this guy's a lawmaker who's appropriating money to a military committing genocide, and that's
did you catch it?
Money to a military committing genocide.
There it is. The G word, genocide. Not counterterrorism, not self-defense, not self-preservation, genocide, right? That's a litmus test. Anybody that finally drops the G word is lost. There's no getting Tucker back. Tucker Carlson is Dave Smith in a bow tie now. All right. We're not getting him back. Right. The wound has festered. It's time to cut off the limb.
And that's cool. It's not cool.
No.
And let's just be honest. That is much worse than anything Nick Fuentes has said.
There it is. A couple of tweets that can be taken out of context is much worse. And I'm not defending Randy Fine, by the way. Okay, please. I think I established that with the fat cunt thing. Fuck Randy Fine. All right, just to put a finer point on it. All right. However, Nick Fuentes has 1,000% said way worse shit. Way worse. Okay. He literally said, if he was in power, he would give Jews, all of them, I mean, not the ethnic ones, not the ones that agree with him, but religious Jews, people who practice what he believes to be witchcraft, the death penalty. That is collective punishment. That is a genocide, not laughing at a fucking tweet because, or maybe, look, to give Randy Fine the benefit of the doubt, again, I don't like him, but to give him benefit of the doubt, right? Sometimes I just say shit because I'm tired of the struggle session, right? And that's exactly what they want. The reason why they bombard you with all this hate is so that you say something hateful back. It's a narcissistic abuse technique, okay? This is exactly what abusive spouses do, right? They beat you, they scream at you, they yell at you, they yell at you, they yell at you, they yell at you, and then when you reply back like, well, no, actually, fuck you, right? They're like, oh my God, I can't believe you said that. How dare you say that? How dare you? They call you a genocidal baby killer over and over again. They call you fag, fat, all this shit. They call you bang, 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 bang. Every day, every minute of every day. We do Hate Mail Thursdays. You guys have seen my inbox. It's every fucking day. And if I fire back and I'm like, you know what? Fuck them babies. They'd be like, oh my God, can you believe what Misfits said about the children? Maybe that's what Randy Fine was doing. Maybe he was just having a bad day, right? And you know what? Don't apologize either. I don't think he did. And that I do respect him for. Fuck him, right? Fuck the struggle session. Maybe he really is a huge piece of shit and he likes seeing dead babies. I don't think so. I don't like Randy Fine because I think that he would abuse the First Amendment of the United States to impose laws against speech. That's my issue with Randy Fine, right? I also don't, I think that there is some validity to the argument that he is more loyal to Israel than he is to the United States, the nation state, because he's Jewish, okay? There's a valid criticism with that, by the way, right? You guys know that I'm a huge friend to the Jews, so don't come at me when I say this. I'm just being completely honest. There is a valid argument to be made where Jewish people have a loyalty to a different nation because of their religion. It's perfectly fair. I have a little bit of a loyalty to that too. I am America first. I'm actually God first if you really think about it, right? But that doesn't mean the nation state of Israel. That means the Jewish people, right? I am commanded by God to support the Jewish people, right? Bless thee that bless them. I'm commanded by God to support those people. That's not Israelis, like nationalists. It's not Israelis. It's the Jewish people under the Abrahamic covenant. To be very clear, the land Israel currently sits on is on biblical land. So I have, over my loyalty to America, right, a loyalty to that land that Israel sits on. If France was sitting on there, I would have the same loyalty. Understand? The current modern nation state of Israel, I don't have any loyalty to that. right? I don't have any loyalty to Bibi Netanyahu. I've said this so many times, and I know I'm repeating myself a lot over the past year, but that's because I'm not going to give some dickhead ammo, right? Where I can now pull 500 clips of me saying that, right? That's why I repeat it so much. Because when they fucking come out and they're like, you support Bibi, I'll be like, show me where I said it. In fact, I could show you 10 times where I said I don't. It's like the text with Charlie Kirk. Yeah, he had a bad day in a private text with his close friends. He wanted to vent, and he was like, ugh, this fucking Jewish donors fitting right into the stereotypes. I might just stop supporting Israel altogether. And then you have 500 to 1,000 clips of him saying the complete opposite thing. Right. Tucker Carlson, Megyn Kelly, and all the other people I showed you, right? Let's wrap the show up. I know I didn't even cut the show off for the YouTube and X audience. I forgot, and now you just get the whole show because I'm wrapping up. Tucker Carlson, Megyn Kelly, the other people I showed you, a lot of people, unfortunately, a lot of people, they're just fucking fake, right? They're fake and gay. What do you guys think? You think we should keep the fake and gay Friday theme going? Like, should we do it, or is it? Because I don't want to run out of fake and gay people, and I don't want to be doing the same fake and gay people every Friday. There would need to be a lot of fake and gay people that I could highlight that are trending. So, I mean, I can do Benny Johnson. He's kind of fake and gay. But I also don't want to, I don't want to attack for the sake of attacking. I want to address issues that are actual issues that are in our current environment. I don't want to turn this into Piers Morgan. So maybe we'll do Freedom Friday. We'll try to do a different theme because, but today, fake and gay Friday definitely applies to these two people and many others. There's just this market that it's presented itself to people who I think they just care so much about being popular, being liked, making money, getting views, getting clicks, getting the dopamine rush. And they've lost sight of what should matter, which is the truth, right? Telling the truth. That's all that should matter. This is why I don't do this for money. I don't need it. I don't need the money. I don't want the money. I just want to use my voice for what God intended it for, right? I think that God's using me. That's one thing that, I talked about how I've been sort of struggling with, not with my faith, but with purpose, I guess you could say. I think that one thing that a lot of Christians say is like, God's using me. God's using me. And I'm like, okay, well, here I am. And you may not like the way I do things, but I don't think anyone would argue that I'm effective. So, Oren Schroyer was fake and gay, but since has disappeared. Yeah, well, that's what you get when you bite the hand that feeds you. Owen Schroyer was like, oh, fuck Alex Jones, the guy who made me who I am. He grifted $35,000 out of his followers, and now he's just some regular fucking, social media personality. He's never gonna grow anywhere fucking close to Alex Jones. That's, you know what? It's funny that you bring that up. Owen Schroyer is a prime example of what I was talking about earlier, where if you're an apprentice and you think you can do what I do, go fucking do it, right? If you think you can do what I do, what I've built, what I've made, this is like what Nick Fuentes trying to take over the fucking TPUSA movement and try to like infiltrate it. And it's like, you didn't do the work that Charlie did. You aren't Charlie. You aren't as skilled as Charlie. You're a fucking loser. You think that even if Nick Fuentes was somehow able to, which he's not going to, even if he was somehow able to get his hands on TPUSA, he wouldn't know what to do with it. Because he's fake and gay. Super duper gay, by the way. Like the real kind. Nick Fuentes, most likely, is a homosexual, is what I'm saying. All right, let's do the shout outs. I got to take a shower. I woke up a little late. I usually do my morning routine before the show. I woke up a little late today. So I'm going to do my morning routine after the show. It usually takes about 40 minutes, and it's 8:17, and I got to leave around 9, so time to wrap it up. We were at 26.1 hours at the beginning of this. We should be over 27 by the end, right around 27 and a half-ish. Or was it less? No, I think it was that. So that means we only got we got about three more hours or so. I just tagged you. He posted asking about Loomer about Fuentes. Well, I'll take a look. All right, shout out time. If you are a Rumble user and you are in the chat, you will get shouted out. Roadrunner 513, Linsr, Celestial Heart, Star Spangled Savage, Raging Panda. We got Matthew. Oh, where'd you go? It refreshed. Matthew Buso Music. God loves you. You as well, brother. Hit up Alex. God damn it. Why does that keep refreshing? I don't know why it's doing that. Everyone stop typing. Han Jancock is in the chat. On the Edge, 7 Legion Studios. We got... Let's see here. There's usually a couple early ones that... Crazy Mo McGroin, the early one that talks and that doesn't say anything. Georgia Mom, 2015 is the other one. Always in here early. All right, boys and girls. It's Friday, so I might be here Monday. You know how I do on Monday. Maybe Mondays. Maybe Mondays would be Cyber Monday if we do it. Might not. Might. But Tuesday, I should have the new monitor, the new camera, the new computer hooked up. I should have all of this shit sorted out. So hopefully we have... it's not going to be much of a difference to you, but it's going to be a huge difference to me. I understand that the glitching has gotten worse lately, but no more glitchy. Please. Please. No more glitchy. We want less technical difficulties for my overall general mental health. All right. Talk to you guys later.